managed to solve an issue with my aim that improved my headshot percentage tenfold, and I want to share it with you.
31%. That 31% is in the top 1%. No, that's absolutely not true. There's absolutely no way. That can't be true. 31.6% headshot is top 1.6%. Dude, the players in this game mechanically are so wank. 31% in this fucking game. The characters move at like in slow motion, dog. How are people missing headshots in this fucking game?
Ultimately, I'd adopted some bad habits that I think a lot of players probably have in common. The first.
No, this is actually a good kind of TikTok for me to watch though, because I do a lot of aim stuff, and I'm pretty deep in the aim community. So this is good. Let's watch. Let's enjoy.
Was mouse tension. I was gripping my mouse really hard because it made me feel snappy, and it made me feel
true. A lot of people do that. If he's gonna tell people to lighten their grip, that's good advice.
fast. What I didn't realize was I was being snappy and fast and being inconsistent at the same time. Once I relaxed.
Actually good. This is the first time I've ever seen a Valorant aim clip or aim thing where it was actually good. This is good advice.
The tension on my mouse, I had greater range of motion, and I was way more confident.
Actually good advice.
Now, the second bad habit is a little bit harder to fix. I was not using my fingers.
It depends on your sensitivity. You don't have to use your fingers. You can if you want. It depends. It's completely on your sense. I've seen like really low sense players use a lot of finger, and I've seen really high sense players use none. It's totally preference. You can use it if you want to. You don't have to. I would suggest using your fingers, obviously, but you don't have to. Whatever's more comfortable. It's not really a big deal.
Oh, and a quick bonus tip for anyone still watching. Thank you. Go into the range and check that you can look left and right without having any vertical or diagonal movement on your mouse. If you can get clean lines, you're going to clean up. Now, this is the top secret, so don't tell anyone.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't really know what the point of this is. I mean, sure. If you can have straight flicks, then yeah, but like that's just what good aim gives you. You don't have to be able to turn like this, and because this is completely like no one aims like this. Being able to turn like this doesn't automatically give you straight lines when you're flicking to people. This is just like these are just two different things. But sure, I guess if that makes you more confident, then okay. One aim like this. Let's have a look. I mean, not really. This would be a downgrade. There's no shot. This is his aim practice. Look at that. Check that. Peep that overflow. Dude, no fucking, absolutely no fucking way. We have to rewatch this. No flame. No flame to this guy. That was great. The first shot, it's as good as it gets. That is an incredibly good flick. Holding angle, snap, great stopping power, lands right on him, no double aim, just flick, lands on him, great stopping power, kills him. Amazing. Really good. Kind of bad stat, not great clicking, horrible target acquisition with his target switching skills, and then peep the overflicks in this. Good stopping power, massive overflick correction, bad stopping power, bad stopping power, bad stopping power, bad flick, bad stopping power, bad tracking, good one tap. This is just bad. This is just not good aim. The first flick, really good. That's really, really good. Everything else was pretty horrible, but that's okay.
Do you want to improve your aim, but you just don't know how? Here's
I want, yeah.
Off, the shooting range will be your besto friendo. This is your regimen. We're going to hit
okay.
F3 and turn on eliminate 50 bots. To break it down, we're going to have 2 sets of close range bots, then medium range bots, and then lastly, long range bots. Aiming to train your mechanics as a whole, so it's crucial you don't neglect your movement. Get one and stay active while you look for the next bot.
Like, it's just one of those things where it's so difficult to actually like, because there's so many variables where it comes into training your aim in a scenario like this, where it's like, even then, his aim isn't good either. It's just not like, hold on, let's watch it again.
We're aiming to train your mechanics.
Walked his crosshair basically the entire way. There was no aim there at all. That was pure counter strafe, or just pure strafe onto his head. There was literally no aim involved there at all. That he flicks, slows down. Let's see. So he spins. Hold on. Let's see it again. Walks his crosshair, spins around, lands in a comfortable FOV, and then strafes his crosshair. It's a bad aim again.
Crucial you don't neglect
That's okay.
your movement. You need to get better at
That's
spacing,
good.
handling,
Walks his crosshair again.
close range
Walking his
shots,
crosshair,
and the
horrible. When he's like flicking to turn around, he like flicks downwards and diagonally down to the floor, making him have to like readjust upwards again, which is just not good. Again, this is just not good aim. But that's okay. Walked his crosshair, decent flick. His own movement cucked him out of a kill there.
But then you're repositioning.
He's
after
walking his
you're taking
crosshair
time
so
to
much.
switch your
That's
trajectory.
nice. But like these are Valorant mechanics. Like mechanically from like a Valorant perspective, to me this looks fine. I mean his movement is good mixed with his shooting. To me that looks totally fine. But his actual aim itself is fucking horrible. If this guy didn't have as good as movement as he did, because to me this looks like just really good movement. If his movement was like average, he would kill fucking nothing because his aim is actually just not very good.
And remember, you're practicing your aim. Take that extra second to focus, aim, and line up that headshot.
That's horrible advice. No, don't take your time at all. Why would you take your time? You're aim training. The point of aim training is you're pushing yourself into a situation and a controlled environment where you're deliberately pushing yourself into an uncomfortable area in order to push yourself to struggle, to make mistakes, to fix those mistakes, and improve and become more consistent. That's the point. Taking your time to aim will get you literally nowhere. It'll make you worse. You want to push yourself and be uncomfortable. That's how you get good. This is just bad advice. I can't lie. There was some okay, like that his movement was good, his aim is not good, and his advice is worse. I would suggest don't listen to Valorant TikTok about getting good aim, because that is just objectively false. I imagine he's a great player, but his aim and his advice for aim is just not very good.
Don't look at your crosshair. You should focus on only watching the
That is just objectively false. But sure, there's times where you should look at the enemy and times where you should look at your crosshair. But saying only look at the enemy, never your crosshair, is just objectively bad advice.
and 75% of people are right-eye dominant. This means that if your gun is on the right side of your screen, you're trolling.
No, this is just horrible advice. This guy's got actually like decent aim. I will say though, this guy is like 90% speed, I think. Let's just like ignore the fucking like
Do you
shit
want to
music
say-
and like the weird stuff. How do I turn the music off? Well, let's just look at his aim objectively. That looked fine. I mean, there was accuracy issues, a massive overflick, but good correction. Like this guy's got actually not bad aim. This guy's probably the best aim we've seen. This guy probably plays Kovacs. His tracking is fucking rancid, but he doesn't need it. He's playing Valorant. Again, like, look at that snappy overflick correction. It's like this guy's entirely speed. If this guy wasn't as fast as he was, his aim wouldn't be nearly as good. Like, hold on, we gotta go back further. Like, look at the weird snappy look how far he overflicked for the correction. It almost looked purposeful. That looks fine. He's just like, this guy's purely a speed aimer. This guy doesn't seem super accurate, but he makes up for his accuracy with his speed. He's very quick, which is actually impressive. He's got some impressive speed.
Put your gun
But
on-
apparently putting the gun on the left side just makes your aim better. That's just shit advice. Put the gun on the left side if you prefer it there. Put it on the right side if you prefer it there. Being right or left eye dominant doesn't fucking matter where the gun position is. You're looking at the middle of your screen. It doesn't matter. Unless you're like rubbing your eyeballs against your monitor, it doesn't matter.
Is there any kind of like secrets to how to aim?
You just need insane confidence. Then like you're the best player ever.
Okay.
That gives you like a bonus already. And
Yeah.
then try to have comfortable sensitivity and take your time to aim at the head.
Yeah.
So you don't
What the fuck are all these Valorant pros saying take your time to aim? What is this? Even, like, I don't want to be weird, but, like, what is it with even, like, professional players having bad aim advice? Don't take your fucking time. Maybe in-game, right? I can see there's situations in-game where you need that extra quarter of a second to really evaluate your shot. That's fine. But, like, take your time can be interpreted so many ways that is just objectively bad advice to tell people. Because take your time to the general player base means a million different things, and it's just not helpful. Take your time means you see a player, you wait, you see how he moves, you aim on him, you click, you shoot. That's what take your time means to someone. But someone else, it's like, take my time, I'm going to keep moving left and right, or take your time might just be, I'm just going to snap to him as quickly as I can, and then I'm going to hesitate with my crosshair on his head and wait to really make sure. It's like, take your time is just not good advice in general, because of how it can be interpreted by the general population who might enjoy or watch or try and learn from the content. So it's just bad to say take your time. You need to be more specific. If you're actually talking about had a good aim, just saying take your time is a good way to make sure no one ever actually develops any mechanical skill whatsoever, because it's just shit advice. It is just objectively not good. I think what he means to say is don't snap harder than you're capable of mid-game. If you're practicing in Kovacs or something, sure, that's the environment for it. If you're actually playing the game though, aim at your comfortable speed and stuff like that. Aim with comfort in mind, because that's how you gain consistency. The more comfortable you are, you tend to be more consistent. You know, keep your aim consistent by keeping it comfortable. But in terms of like actual practice, taking your time is fucking horrible. If you're practicing, don't take your time. Push your speed, push your snappiness, push your stopping power, push your 180s, your 90s, push everything. Make sure every single part of your mechanics. Make sure your flicks are straighter, they're snappier, you're stopping harder. Everything, every aspect of your aim needs to be pushed in aim training. But in terms of actual playing like ranked and professional play, yes, play your aim comfortably. You want your aim to be comfortable because that brings consistency. Not to like shit on this guy's advice, but the way he said it is just objectively wrong, and it sets a bad precedent of how people could get good mechanics to learn from pro players. Because a lot of people just listen to pro players so you think they're actually very good, but mechanically speaking, a lot of these players have no idea how to aim properly at all, and it shows. Okay, diagnosing issues. This guy's got an iron grip on his fucking mouse. This guy's like, if this guy squeezed even the tiniest bit harder, it would get crushed in his hand. Check out how hard this guy's gripping. Holy shit. Classic anime cringe music, very good.
One's window.
Okay, so actually this is good. This is an actual interesting thing that does happen. A lot of players will go, wow, my aim is better when I don't practice and when I don't warm up. And the reason for that is because your practice and your warm up are wrong. You're either doing both wrong or one wrong. And I'll explain how. A lot of players will treat a warm up like a practice. The purpose of a warm up is to actually warm up. You're not pushing yourself. You're loading into whatever it may be, deathmatch or bots or Kovacs or whatever. You're playing on fairly easy scenarios and you're just flicking around. You're not pushing speed. You're just comfortable. You're chilling. You don't care if you land, if you miss, if you land, you don't care. Just getting comfortable, okay? That is the point of a warm-up. Practice as well is they may just not be practicing properly, leading to like really bad habits that when they take some time off, the bad habits like obviously underdevelop. He doesn't do them anymore, leading to his aim being better. So this is like a general problem people have where if they don't practice or warm up properly, they actually deteriorate their aim significantly to where when they don't aim train or warm up, their aim actually improves because their warm up or their aim training is actually so poor that it's leading them to getting worse. So all the people who say literally mean stuff like that, it's because their training or their warm up is just bad. They're doing one of them bad or both of them bad.
But I do aim train. No, you fucking don't. Most of the players in Valorant who decide their aim is bad come to the same fucking conclusion that the only way to crawl their sorry ass out of bronze is to shoot colorful shapes until their fingers are raw. Problem comes when most people download Aimlabs, do this shit for 2 minutes, then give up on it instantly because they don't see improvement. You're not him. This shit isn't useful. So welcome to part 1 of creating you an aim.
This guy is based as fuck. This guy is so based. That is so true. Actually, I'm really excited for this. I'm genuinely really excited to watch this. This is really fucking good.
Routine that will actually work. So make a new playlist in Aimlabs and we'll be adding one new...
I don't use Aimlabs, but we can follow along. We'll see.
We'll start with one of the most important skills in Valorant, small flex and micro adjustments. Contrary to
Okay.
Jet and Reyna main beliefs, it's better to be able to consistently get the easy kills than to be able to hit a hospital flick across your screen every 20 matches or so. So we're using
Sure.
micro shot precision. This is a task a lot of people actually probably would have done, but it's best used for consistent.
Holy shit, those orbs are ginormous. Can you not make the target smaller? That target is so big. Honestly, your practice is basically going to get you nowhere with targets this big. Like, your room for error is enormous. If you can make the targets, like, if you can manually adjust the size of the targets in Kovacs, or Aimlabs, and you can, or there's, like, other scenarios where this is, like, the same thing but smaller, do the smaller version. This is such a big target, this is barely going to help.
Efficiency. So, boot it up, Find a speed where you can consistently get an accuracy of 95% or higher, and then every time you rage quit Valorant in the future.
Oh, here we go. The target, it's like Visco's varied. It gets smaller the more you go.
Open aim labs. Work on getting a higher and higher score while keeping the accuracy the same. And also like and follow to see what task we had.
It's okay. It's like bare bones advice. It's fine. It started off really good, but it just turned into, it's not really advice at that point. It's just like play one scenario. It's not really advice. It's just like, it's not bad. But it's not good. It's about as passable as aim content can be. It's like it's skirting the line between passable and bad. But it's the first pass we've had in a while, so this is not bad.
You need to change your sensitivity. While
Okay,
sensitivity is
let's hear
a
it.
personal preference, a sensitivity that is too high or too low can actually affect
That is true. That is true.
your aim. This is why you need to optimize it. The average
Okay.
PI of every pro Valorant player is 208.
280 seems really fucking low. Maybe that's why everyone's headshot percentage is so low. It's because their aim is so bad. That seems ridiculously low. But let's hear. I don't know.
To optimize your sensitivity, you'll want an EDPI between 260 to 300.
That is dog shit advice. That is dog shit. Garbage. That is not true at all. You don't have, no, absolutely not. You don't look at a pro player sense and go, that's what the pro is using, I must use it. That's not how they do it. Listen, use whatever sensitivity you want. The reason people use lower sensitivities is because there's larger room for error and you don't actually need good aim to use it. That's why people use low sense, because it's the easiest possible way to enter a game that requires mechanics without actually having any mechanics whatsoever. You can have great aim on low sensitivity purely because it's low sensitivity and you have such a room for error. That's the point of using a low sense, right? So if your aim is garbage, sure, use a lower sense to compensate for the fact that your aim sucks. That's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. Or use it because you prefer it, for whatever reason. But to say you definitely need to use a sense between whatever the fuck this guy's arbitrary number pick was, because Valorant pros use it, it's objectively wrong. You can use whatever sensitivity you want. Why do Valorant pros use that sensitivity? Probably because it's a very low sensitivity that most human beings find consistency on because it's the easiest to aim with, because it's so slow. Therefore, most people just picked it by default due to its incredible consistency due to how low it is. Therefore, that's why people pick it. Not because it's objectively a good sense, or because it's a secret sensitivity that gives you good aim, or any reason like that. Just because a Valorant pro picks a sensitivity doesn't necessarily make it so anyone else has to. For example, my sensitivity is ridiculously fast to compare to like basically everyone else that I know, but my aim is still way better than everyone else that I know, and my aim is absolutely leagues and above essentially every Valorant and Counter-Strike professional there is ever. That's not even a flex either. Just watch my videos. That is objective truth. Watch my videos and watch pro matches. That's not even remotely the same. But obviously pro players are going to be playing as much better players than I am. I spend a lot of time playing like matchmaking. Therefore, I'm going to play against players who are objectively worse. Therefore, my aim's just going to naturally look better because the players aren't as good. Sure, that's fine. But even in similar scenarios where I'm playing Face It, things like that, my aim is just objectively better than those players. And it's not because my sensitivity is really high or really low or whatever the number is. It's because I picked a sense that I liked and I practiced really hard with it. That's why I practiced properly. I studied aim theory properly. I picked the sense that I liked. I change it up from time to time. There you go. That's all. Not because I looked at some arbitrary number that professionals picked and said, fuck it, I'm just so bad, I'm just going to pick some random sense because I don't actually care about getting good. I just want whatever massive room for error number there is. The Valorant pro picked it, therefore it must be good. Don't do that. Pick a sense you actually like using. You like it a little faster? Go faster. You like it slower? Go slower. There is just saying a pro picked it, therefore you should use it is horrible advice.